Satchel from Steel Panther. You're listening to Metal Stream Radio with Metal Matt, and he's totally naked from the waist down.
As a musician myself, and to other musicians out there, is there anything people should avoid, or any tips when trying to get successful in the music industry? Things you learn along the way that are quite important to anyone starting out?
Yeah, well, where do I begin? You just have to go through the processes of elimination to get everything right. And then when you've got everything right, you've got to be very careful that, within the band, you got the guys, you got the music, you got everything. Yeah. Let's assume that you get even a record deal and, an agent and a manager, then the next steps are really, you've got to really dig in and learn a little bit about the business. Yeah. Because otherwise everything is it's just haziness in the distance that you don't know anything about, and obviously lots of people have been burnt, you kind of have to dig in and get to find out details.
And it is a business, I guess,
It's a business.
Right.
I don't think we never made a penny until we started to learn a bit more about the business, start to ask questions, not just take everything on face value that you were being told. Because, there's a lot of good guys out there, but there's always going to be, not so good guys, and you're never going to know. So you have to try and get it right. Yeah. Hopefully now with the internet, you can get on there and do a little bit of research, what is an expected percentage for this merchandise or publishing with a publishing deal, so try not to make any mistakes, because it's so sad to see when you've got a good thing going and you've got a good product. We'll have to call it a product. Yeah. Let's say, and you're happy as a band with where you're at. The next level is the business. Yeah. So you have to really look at that closely.
Yeah, well, that's really helpful. Yeah, that's good to know. And I've noticed with a lot of music these days, anything that's kind of on TV, like talent shows, it pretty much doesn't cater to metal. How would you say people who specifically want to get known as metal musicians, how would you say they should go about getting spotted by the right people? Who are the right people to kind of get noticed by in metal, I guess?
Yeah, I suppose the big thing now, obviously, is the internet, isn't it? Yeah. It really is. And I do think that if you can work the internet right, I think I know musicians myself that have been picked up from the internet and they're on the world's biggest stages now. Not in metal, actually. That's kind of more in the pop world, musicians. But it can give you a good leg up. You can get there. The fans will find you if you can post something that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Well, that's good to know, because I'm kind of personally, I'm always putting my music out online on Instagram and YouTube, and I'm always kind of thinking hopefully that's the way to get somewhere, and but it's always hard to know whether you're trying to get kind of spotted by someone, or do you think people who are kind of doing social media as a musician, do you think they should be happy with just building their audience rather than trying to get spotted by someone? Would you say that's the way forward, just trying to get as many people kind of following and listening to your stuff?
I think so. Because there's not. Is there anybody out there looking these days? Yeah, I don't seem to see it. No. I mean, in the old days, you'd always get people from record companies going out to concerts all the time. Let's say in London, they can be, I've played pubs and I've heard Robert Plant is out there, and I've heard that somebody from, RCA Records or Island Records is in the gig tonight. This feedback gets back to you, but I don't see that happening too much anymore. There's no don't see people really scouting for bands to pick up new artists.
You'd say do it independently, would you? Probably just get
I think so. I mean, I could be wrong about that, but you know, I don't get the feedback that.
With the writing the book, is it a process you enjoyed doing? Did you, or was it quite hard to kind of write a book? So I guess some people are writers and they get a real joy out of writing, but you're a musician, so is it something that kind of appealed to you, writing a book, as much as wanting to get your thoughts down?
I think so. I mean, I'm terrible really, because I'm thinking, people kept asking me about a book, and I'm thinking, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it as good as I can possibly do it. And so I knew it would be quite time consuming, you know, because when I get stuck into, that's kind of my personality. You know, I want everything to be as good as it can be. And so it was a challenge, really. But I had a lot of, obviously Mark Eglinton, who obviously actually did the physical, you know, typing of the thing, put together. He was excellent, really. I heard of him. He'd just done Rex Brown from Pantera. He did his book. So I agreed to do it with Mark, and he made it as, you know, he made it as easy as it possibly could be. And did push me that little bit extra few yards to dig into my memory banks, especially, you know, when I was my childhood and stuff. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, that's great. So overall, is there anything that really stands out to you, like your proudest moment in your career? Are there any shows or any albums or any moment just that's your most proud kind of metal achievement?
It's hard to say. I'm just like, I've just scanned through all of those years and decades with my mind pretty quick. No, obviously there was a lot of good gigs, a lot of good tours, you know, a lot of good memories. It's been great to meet everyone, really. Obviously not just the fans, obviously a lot of people in the you know, in a lot of other bands. It's been good, really. It's like a big family type of thing, really. But I think that we've done some. I think probably more the charity stuff comes into mind, really, like Live Aid, for example. We were, I think, the 5th band to accept to do that. We did snowball from there, which was great. We headlined the Teenage Cancer Trust at the Royal Albert Hall, which was great, because I got to see Hendrix play 2 shows there in the 60s. And to be able to stand on that stage, you know, it was always, and for a good cause as well. So that was great. But I mean, behind the scenes, you know, people probably don't realise that what people in the music industry do, you know, lots and lots of charity stuff that we do.
This is JJ of Fight, and you're watching Metal Stream Radio.
Hi everyone, I'm KK Downing, formerly of Judas Priest, and I'm here today with Metal Matt, Instagram and YouTube. So please check it all out, because we've just done a killer interview, and I'm here to talk about just a little bit about the book, Heavy Duty Days and Nights in Judas Priest. So if you get a chance, please check it out. But as I say, check out Metal Matt, who actually, his name's Metal Matt because the legendary Rob Halford gave him that very name. So it used to be Matt Gothic, who's the same person, but it's all about Metal Matt now and his YouTube and Instagram channel. So check it out, stay tuned, and see you real soon, guys.